it's Kim at Geranium Lake Flowers and welcome to our YouTube channel. I know, so fun! Thanks to Greenleaf for always providing us best flowers. Today we have an event. Well, it's actually tomorrow. We're prepping for a wedding. Today we're making an altar, altar structure. So we have this 8-foot by 8-foot plexiglass structure. We have 4 columns and we hung a cake in the middle of it. I know. So it was like a cake swing. But today we are filling this top of flowers, right? I have this laid out, so I'm gonna make this, and then I'm gonna install it, and then tomorrow we deliver it. So I am using these black trays. Check it out. They just have 3 bricks of Oasis, and I like the Oasis brand. And one of my cute employees named Beth, hi Beth, she taught me this trick to stick the knife in the Oasis to create more soaking so the water soaks evenly, because sometimes when you use this stuff, there's big dry holes and it doesn't soak up the water. And then you can see I have all my flowers laid out. So this is a typical gorgeous palette of white hydrangea, blush peonies, or not peonies, blush dahlias, these beautiful roses, and then we have some orchids. She doesn't like a lot of greenery, but we want to hide our mechanics, which means I don't want to see this tray. I don't want to see this Oasis. I just want flowers. First, I always like this product. It's called Quick Dip. And because this has to last tomorrow and through the whole wedding, I'm going to dip the flowers in it. I have this grubby little vase over here. You can see it's well used. But yeah, so I'm gonna think about the scale when I'm making this. I'm gonna give everything a fresh cut and dip. So I have made my pile of flowers right here for each brick. You can see I have a big flower pile. And then that way I can kind of, think about what goes where and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna have some of the hydrangea and the florals face down because, we want it to drip and cascade and look amazeballs. But we also want some height. I don't know where to put this one. I think I'll just put it right there. So I'm gonna pull off these leaves. And remember, I cut it at an angle, I dip. And then to use Oasis, you really want to plunge it in a good 2 or 3 inches. You do not want to take it out, you want to commit because otherwise the Oasis is going to break down and fall apart. So I'm just going to keep building, and I usually do one kind of flower at a time, but you can see that I'm kind of skipping around with the dahlias and the hydrangea. This one is going to go a little shorter and a little tighter. So see how I'm doing it super tight? Okay, next up we have roses. So these are awesome. Remember to take off some of the guard petals. We're just going to shove them in there. Sometimes I don't dip roses because they're a little bit sturdier. Sometimes I do. I do strip these leaves because they look a little better. And remember, I gotta make sure that I aim down. So the transition to the next tray has to be kind of even, so I'll make sure that I have floral over there. So it's looking pretty good, right? I think I'm loving it. I think I am gonna add some greenery, but we'll see what happens when we fill it up. So then I got these white dendrobium orchids from Hawaii direct, and I'm really going to use this to kind of fall down, and they just have this beautiful lacy quality and look so good draping down. Okay, so now I'm on to the next little brick. So I'm back to my hydrangea. I'm going to keep dipping. For me, I just throw everything on the floor. Ooh, that one looks a little funky. I didn't notice that. So I can take off this funky part and then I'll put him in the corner. So you can it's taking shape, right? You can kind of see and visualize what it's gonna look up like up there. So this is more of a kind of looser feel. I want it to look like nature. And as you notice, I'm not putting any floral in the back. That's because the back is not going to be seen. And I'm not going to waste my flowers on the back. I'm loving this. I'm so excited to be doing wedding flowers. Woohoo! So over here I did kind of down low. I'm going to do up one high in the dendrobiums. This really goes quite fast. If you have all your flowers laid out, I mean, this video will probably be like 10 minutes or less. We will fast forward. So it looks consistent. The flowers are kind of undulating in a beautiful organic way. And we'll see what it looks like when we put it at the top. We have one last container that didn't fit on my work table. So we are gonna build it on the ladder. So the important thing about being a florist is you gotta pivot and you gotta be flexible, right? What this dip does is it gives it a little shot of citric acid, which holds the flowers. And then we also use a product called Crowning Glory, which is kind of like hairspray for flowers. You can get that at big box craft stores or Greenleaf. And we will spray this all down tonight, and you let it dry about an hour, and then we'll put everything in the cooler. And then tomorrow we'll go ahead and water it. Some people ask me if I ever make stuff on site, and rarely do I do anything on site, just because I'm a little bit of a control freak. I want to know what everything's going to look like, and I want it to be perfect. And sometimes when you're on site, it's a little bit tricky. You know, there might be a lot of other vendors or a lot of commotion. It's hard to concentrate. You have a big fat mess you have to clean up. And here, it's so awesome. We make everything in the flower shop, and then that way we can go, oh, we need a little bit more of this, or what were we thinking? So I have a pile of this really pretty greenery over here that I'll show you in a minute. It's called Nagy. It looks so good. So it's like this dark green. Isn't it beautiful? It's tropical, but it just adds this beautiful line, and I think I'll put it in maybe sparingly so it doesn't read as a bunch of greenery. The other thing I like to do is I like to take some pictures and text them to my bride. A lot of times brides have trouble visualizing, like, what is it really gonna look like? And so if you send them this picture, what happens is they get so excited, and they can, like, I don't know, they can visualize, like, oh my God, my wedding's here. Look at the flowers. And it's a really great opportunity to connect with your client, because you're excited and you're thrilled and you want to send them the pictures. So I typically text the bridal bouquet and then whatever else looks fabulous, which in this case, this looks so good, right? So I think I'm gonna add them in a way that they're upright, right? So they're a little bit more linear. I have a special treat, Cafe au lait Dahlias. They were gonna be my wow factor, a fluffy pink and white cloud. I might put some on site, but they're so beautiful, right? And I think if I just kind of put them like that, they'll really kind of be showstoppers. Maybe that one's hanging down a little bit too low, but you can kind of get the idea. So we definitely have some holes, but it looks pretty good. But this is our first draft. I don't want to put a lot of the hanging dahlias down because it's a little bit tricky to transport, if you know what I mean. Because this, you know, has to ride in our van. But I can put a little bit more greenery. So I need to finish that end a little bit more, but I think I'm pretty good. So, and I'm also gonna text my bride photo, and I know she's gonna do a happy dance. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, do all those regular things, hit that little alert bell, check out our website, and I love you so much.